Introductions first. Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jaire. I'm the opposition whip. So POIs through voice, starting from the second minute mark up to the 6 minute mark. I repeat, POIs through voice, starting from the second minute mark up to the 6 minute mark. Starting my speech in 3, 2, 1. Centeribus paribus, centeribus paribus. Everything should be equal, everything of the factors are equal. That's what my economics professors always say. Centeribus paribus is all about balance. From solving simultaneous equations, integral equations, and even the qualitative and political policies of the economy, and even the four-sector economy, M plus C plus G plus I, multiplied by the exports minus imports, balance of trades, balance of everyone. So thus deepening dependency, further deepening dependency towards another country is going to give us balance, or is giving us a diversified and a far more better view. It's going to give us safety nets and balance. So on the first clash, where is the long-term development of Vietnam is going to be better off? So like my economics professor says, centeribus paribus, everything should be diversified. So clash 1, on where Vietnam will get better investment, is it on ASEAN and diversified method, or more Chinese dependency? So sure, China is the greatest partner of Vietnam in trade. We're going to concede with that. And they're going to be surely much more easier to trade with because they're geographically near, and sure, they're going to get a burst of loans and imports from China. Then this is where I'm going to flip government's entire case, because due to the easier inflow of loans and imports from China, like what my government but our deputy prime minister, leader opposition had stated, it's going to mess up the domestic markets of Vietnam. And that one is already round winning because number one, Vietnam's management, in order to balance out the risk of having China's debt trap, is relying upon the diversification of its trade methodology. Meaning to say, its imports and exports should be balanced. Its domestic market should be protected. And this is what somewhat government bench really didn't pondered upon. They forgot to have a safety mechanism on how will the Vietnamese trade and balance is going to work on. So meaning to say, without the trade of balance of Vietnam in their domestic products and other countries, the safety net on which government rightly calls upon management of Vietnam is going to lose, because the management of Vietnam came from the domestic protection of it. And while removing domestic protection, so without domestic protection, what does the balance of Vietnam looks like? So this looks like in the short term, sure, you're going to concede, they're going to get a burst of loans and products. But it's only on the short term. Economists and politicians alike should look at this on the long term. Sure, it can be managed if they manage to protect the domestic balance, but no, due to the geographic location and due to the nature of the fact that China has the leverage in terms of advantage, it can easily disrupt Vietnamese local management, therefore damaging government's one and only safety mechanism. But removing, so another thing is they said that cooperation is easy between these two countries because their culture is stated. Sure, Vietnam and China, we're going to consider this one again, we're going to be extremely charitable, we have same culture, we have same festivals. But the thing here is, states are rational actor. Like what our Prime Minister, leader opposition, and deputy leader opposition have stated, China is mostly on their self-interest because they are rational actors themselves. So why is this rational actors as China's as rational actors going to be important? Because they're going to much more prioritize their safety and their own investments over Vietnamese relations. Sure, it looks like what's happened with Vietnamese waters. Even if they're, strictly related, culturally related, we can see harassment from China, from Vietnamese shores, fishermen, and water. So, meaning to say, they really don't have a fiat on this one. So, therefore, on the clash on China is going to be a proper actor is already done. And with that, going on the main clash on where Vietnam will get the better investment, due to them lacking safety nets, if ever China became more aggressive in their debts, and if China and Vietnam loses their foothold, in their end, they're just going to be another victim of China's end. Meanwhile, on our bench, looking at this one, on the positive case, at least we have more diversification. Sure, we might have higher costs, And sure, we might have not the comparative advantage of the nearest partnership with China in geography. But geography isn't everything in trade. It's also on friendly relations, on international relations, and it's also on how the countries act with one another. At least on our end in ASEAN, we are much more friendly, we are much more stable, and with far more diverse, we are going to be still true with Vietnam's international policy, which is, a bamboo rooted in national interest and flexible and not bowing down to one superpower or one country. So next is on where is Vietnam as a state going to be much more stable. So now we managed to prove that even if there's going to be short-term incentives for Vietnam to further becoming dependent more on China, in reality and without the fiat, what happens in the end is far more dependence and far more debts that can give out trade blockade to China and far more grip hold for the Vietnamese economy. So where is Vietnamese as a whole going to be better off? At least on our side, even if there's no short-term burst of investment, the people are less easy because number one, they are not under the pressure from China. Number two, people are going to be better off in our world because we managed to ensure that we have cooperation from our friendly neighbors, thus increasing our exports more. Because like we have been stating all along, China's main foreign infrastructure is all about ensuring that number one, they have more exports to other countries than imports. Therefore, we are going to ensure that the flooding imports of China is not going to badly flood Vietnam, and we are going to protect the domestic industries, which would in turn will protect domestic jobs and the everyday normal people of Vietnam. Sure, this is one thing I'm going to commend government bench. They became more friendly with China. I commend that. Government wants to have deeper ties with their old partner, which is China, their good old cultural partner. But in reality is, not everything can be viewed under the lens of culture. We need to be strategic, we need to be smart, and we need to be flexible. And becoming more dependent with one country is going to lead us to our doom because we are forgetting who we are and what Vietnam is. A bamboo who is diplomatic and flexible. Therefore, I end my speech here.